Welcome to Janus Corporation's Code of Safe Practices training. This training encompasses topics and policies that are consistent with, if not the exact same as, several other Janus Corporation safety policies. As is typical with Janus safety policies and training, this Janus safety training topic requires more than the minimum training required by regulation. Janus's Code of Safe Practices is to be posted at a conspicuous location, often the Cal OSHA job board, at each job site, and is to be provided to each supervisory employee via field flow. Supervisors should have it readily available for workers. When Janus investigates accidents and near misses, supervisors from that project are to be consulted. After accident investigations are complete, a review of the accident will be discussed at the next Janus Field Supervisors meeting or in a field flow training. Supervisors for Janus must conduct a tailgate safety meeting at the start of each project, which covers safety issues specific to the project. Janus requires a brief safety meeting to be held at the start of each shift. This safety meeting should detail safety issues remaining on a project, safety issues that have not been properly followed on the project to date, and new safety issues that arise as projects shift from one phase to another. Janus's Code of Safe Work Practices requires that all tools and equipment used by employees be in good condition. Duct tape is not sufficient repair for a floor grinder. Janus's Code of Safe Work Practices requires that walkways, aisles, and passageways are kept clear and materials or equipment stored in such a way that sharp projectiles will not interfere with the walkway. This picture, too many items not in use in the middle of the passageway, trip hazards on the ground should be removed. Too many trip hazards in the hallway again. This hallway is better, but has narrow areas and has sharp objects hidden from view if you're walking towards the camera. Janus's Code of Safe Work Practices requires that spilled materials are cleaned up immediately. Outside of containment, it needs to be cleaned up ASAP. Inside containment, don't leave a mess behind, clean it up as you go. Janus's Code of Work Practices requires that there are properly lit and a sufficient number of exits to permit prompt escape in case of emergency. Glow-in-the-dark exit signs would be nice, but we don't have them at Janus, at least not yet. This is more like what Janus does when using spray paint. Duct tape works even better. Janus's Code of Work Practices requires that appropriate respiratory protection is being worn. At Janus, we actually exceed the respirator requirements on a regular basis. Clean demo is often conducted in N95s or half masks. Work with asbestos, lead, mold that could legally be conducted in half masks is often conducted in full face respirators. Janus's Code of Safe Work Practices requires that cords are placed to avoid fire and tripping hazards. The work is well planned. That's in the specifications or the work plans that we write. Horseplay is prohibited. No pickleball and no wrestling on the job site. The work area is properly illuminated. Proper construction lighting is necessary. Code of Safe Practices, things to remember. Janus supervisors should have a copy of our Code of Safe Practices available to workers. After accident investigations are complete, a review of the accident will be discussed at the next Janus Field Supervisors meeting or in a field flow training. Supervisors for Janus must conduct a tailgate safety meeting at the start of each project, which covers safety issues specific to the project. Janus conducts a brief safety meeting at the start of each shift. Everything required by Janus Code of Safe Practices is also covered in other Janus trainings. Janus safety policies exceed the requirements of applicable regulations in an effort to protect the workers' health. Thank you for taking Janus Corporation's Code of Safe Practices training. This training was produced by Michael C. Sharp, Senior Safety Officer. Please contact me if you have any questions or would like additional information.